There'll be a link right there.
What are you doing? My computer's being slow.
Oh. We're live.
We are live.
But we're not starting the episode yet, so even though we're live, it doesn't count yet. This doesn't count.
Are we actually live? We are live.
We absolutely are live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Twitch Wednesday.
You already are done.
Damn it. You know what it is? Is it because I'm always tweeting out that we're going live as I'm doing the intro, so I'm multitasking.
All right, everybody, welcome to Twitch Tuesdays. Now on Wednesday, now on YouTube.
Yeah, because you're not tweeting anything out. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, did you already add the new background and everything?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Dude, if you learned nothing from our recent content, I'm an award-winning podcaster now. So yes.
I got here literally 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and pull up YouTube. Let's go ahead and pull up Twitch. We are so professional. We literally pull up our own shows.
Ban!
Hey, guys. Happy Hump Day. Happy 420 Hump Day, Ben.
Yeah, need the color. We were doing something else with that green.
Oh, what?
The color when you pulled up Ben's name. I just changed it. Now it's purple.
Yeah. I actually kind of like it green for 420.
Yeah, it is 420.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention that how last year we'd also did a show on 420 as well.
We do. This is our second annual 420 stream. Welcome, Ben.
It's gonna be Twitch Fridays next year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember because we were streaming. What are you talking about, Danny? That was last week. Where's your mind?
That was last week, Danny.
Look at the chat. I haven't said any chat all day.
Danny just wants. Danny, you feel a little confrontational today, buddy? You're coming in hot. That's too much attitude. No, leave the comment up. That's too much attitude for 420. Danny, you need to turn it down. You need to turn it down there, buddy. You need to turn it down.
What? Is my connection bad?
It's a smidge. Nope. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Nothing you could do about that today. That was yesterday. I think I would have remembered saying we're not streaming. That was yesterday. Show me the receipts.
Where's the receipts, Danny? Where's the receipts?
Look, if you want to come on our show and hash us out, you can. Just ask us for the link. Because a lot of work putting it into the chat and everything.
Yeah.
I just close all my tabs just so my connection will run faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got 6 people watching. That's cool.
Dude, hell yeah, brother. Welcome to the show. I hope you're all having a good time. Watching me and that do pretty much nothing so far.
We haven't done anything. I still got to log out of my Twitch and log into the Call to Action Twitch so I can do stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm like literally booking a hotel right now. This is what they're watching me do. But let's that was yesterday. Let's start to creep into a little bit of this discussion now. Yeah,
so we got a lot of things to talk about, and I will run through everything that we're talking about as soon as I log into Twitch. So like I tweeted out, we're going to be talking about Jurassic Park. I finally watched the first 3 movies for the first time ever. I was wondering because I put it into the message into the Cyberthirst chat, and you had no reaction to that. Like, did you see what I said?
No, I never saw it.
You were saying that you were watching Too Hot to Handle. Then I was like, all right, you watch that while I watch this, and I put up a picture of the Lost World.
Oh, hey, that is yeah, no, I totally missed that. The next thing I see is I'm watching Outlander. Gotta have my knee porn, and that just took me way off the rails of whatever we were talking about.
I had no reaction to that because I don't know what that means. I've never seen Outlander. Is there a lot of knee sex in there?
I've seen Outlander, and I don't remember a lot of knee porn. So you know what? I'm right there with you, Matt. I don't know either.
I've never seen JP 2 and 3, only JP and the new ones. So I have not seen the new ones yet. I will watch them the next time we are live on T-Dubs, which, by the way, Dylan, I can't do next week. So we're taking next week off.
And we're taking next week off, guys. You heard it here first. What's up? Beaches? That seems to be an old man in a cowboy hat.
No, you don't understand. That's PLD, Schmodown Legend.
Schmodown Legend? PLD himself. Oh my
Grace
God, he's coming to
Master
grace the
present.
stream, and yet he won't come grace the actual content because that would mean he would be actually still on this channel.
This is the only call to action show he's been on all year still.
To be fair, this is the only. You're right. For all my shade, I will say this: it's the only show. Paul. I was gonna do something with the L on this one. I lost it. It's the only show that PLD has actually popped on. Will McLean, legend. No. Will, first of all, hold on. I hear you. But have you ever seen him do the Pringles can trick? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's disgusting. Belford is in the chat. More importantly, Lorenzo Blows. That was my nickname in high school.
Not even going to touch that one. I mean, he is a legend. I mean, have you seen an episode of Friday Night Titans where they don't mention Ed Harris?
Yeah.
Every single episode, literally.
Is that true? It might be. Yeah, Paul, you remember you showed me in LA that one time. You said, "Hey, Dylan, come over here real quick. I'm going to show you this trick I do with a Pringles can." It was disgusting. I did find it interesting though. When you check out, yes, yeah, okay. Anyway, all of that banter aside,
I gotta enter an authenticator code for Twitch.
You gotta enter an authenticator code.
I don't know. I have three authenticator apps. I don't know which one I used.
What? Just figure it out.
Try.
Lorenzo writes the show. Of course, they mention his man crush. That's true. Because I will say this: anybody that's anybody knows for damn sure that this podcast is just oozing with talent. You got to take everything from us. You got to take PLD. You got to take Danny. She was a commentator for a minute. You got to take Belford. I haven't seen him. I assume he's doing something for Schmodown. I don't know.
He's doing his own thing.
Ben Rayner says, go to eat dinner. Be right back after that. All right, Ben, I'll be waiting for you, but you're going to miss Jurassic Park talk. So just so you know. You know.
Before I was so rudely interrupted by myself, we're going to be talking about Jurassic Park. We're going to be talking about, is Netflix the best streaming service? We're going to be talking about Thor, Love and Thunder. And we're going to be talking about Moon Knight. And that should be a full show. So,
God, I hope so, because we keep doing this show almost every week. Recently, every other week. And,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about first? What should be our main course and what should be our appetizers?
Belford's thing is continuing to hunt the Schmominati.
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 You fall asleep on your keyboard?
Belford? What? I can't. Okay. Let's hold on.
Just for the record, it's 4:20. I'm not even high right now.
I'm not either. I am a terrible 420 host. But hold on, I gotta phonetically. This is Schmominati. Schmoinati.
This is the show you're watching. We're just picking apart people's typos.
I don't know why people don't love our show, Matt. God damn it. All right, let's talk Jurassic Park. We got to talk Jurassic Park.
All right.
Go ahead. You do you.
I watched the first 3 Jurassic Park movies for the first time ever. I've always thought like the first Jurassic Park, I've seen bits and pieces to where I have seen a complete movie. Mm-hmm. Like I've seen like different parts of the movies throughout the years.
Yeah.
Turns out I was right because I think I knew everything that happened in this movie. So obviously this is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But.
What? Fuck you mean, but?
I told you it was gonna be a controversial take.
Oh.
I didn't really love it that much.
I mean, you're okay. Liking and loving it, you're allowed to feel your spectrum of it. So
I do like it. I get a lot. It's obviously a very well made movie. Uh-huh. This is Steven Spielberg at his best. I think part of it has to do with the fact that I knew how everything was going to play out. Like I've seen like a lot of it before. So I do think I would have a higher opinion on it if I rewatch it, knowing what I know. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it on the big screen. That's right, because that was the year I was born. So did not see it in 1993.
He was an infant Belford, which for you meant that you were, hold on, 93. Belford would have been 8 or 9, I think. That's very, very loose math. Belford, let me know how old you are in the chat, you old dinosaur. 60. Belford says he was 60.
Okay, so that would make him 32, 31 years older than me.
Yes.
So he would have been 32, 31.
Belford says 12. Which is it, Belford? I'm not playing your games tonight. Not with this spelling I'm not, buddy. You better figure out that age. You quit fucking gassing me, you animal. Okay, so anyway, so
Yeah. So
yeah. Jurassic Park. Start to finish.
I can't point out anything. I can't point out anything wrong with it. Like there's nothing bad about it. It is.
Yeah.
I think it is a perfect movie. It just didn't vibe with me. And I think a large part of that is I was never into dinosaurs. Like I don't give a shit about dinosaurs, honestly. But I did like that they kept it about dinosaurs. I'm gonna go in spoilers if you haven't seen this 28-year-old movie. But I really like that how at the end it was the T-Rex who snatched up the raptors and kind of saved them, because they didn't like defeat the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs were just being dinosaurs. And that's what it should be at the end of the day. Dinosaurs being dinosaurs. And I really liked it for that. I think the entire cast was awesome. I think what was it? Dennis Nedry, Wayne Knight. Yeah. He is such a good annoying villain that his death was so fucking satisfying. It was so great. Because at first you think, oh, he's in the car, he's safe. But no, it's in the car with him. It rips him apart. And that was so great. Jeff Goldblum, obviously, amazing. We will get to the second Jurassic Park movie in a minute. Whoa. But in this particular movie, amazing.
Yeah.
I love the whole chaos theory, everything. And the dialogue is just immaculate. Yeah, I mean, definitely really great. Did not live up to the hype for me personally. But I can understand why it would be some people's favorite movie.
So here's what I'm going to say while ranting and geeking out on it, right? Nat, tell me where I'm wrong on this. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to deny it. This movie still looks fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Like, the only thing that really looks aged in this is the hairstyles and the clothing choices, and you can't fault it for that. But even then, it doesn't feel like expiredly bad. You know, like when you see 80s films and you see like the big hair and like the jean jackets and stuff like that, you're immediately like 80s. You feel it, right? This is like 90s, but it's not so far like out of the era that it's like you notice, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think if I was watching it in 1993 and I wasn't a baby, then I would like super appreciate it. I would be blown away by the visuals and everything. Because this is revolutionary. It honestly is.
It's insane. Like, the T-Rex looks so fucking insanely good. All right, so, true or false, that the T-Rex coming out and attacking the cars scene is not one of the most iconic scenes fucking ever.
Oh, it's incredible. It's everything about this movie is iconic. Like, literally everything.
The score, the dinosaurs, the actors, the performances, here's my thing I love about fucking Jurassic Park so much. Amongst the fact that I just love dinosaurs. I was a dinosaur kid because of Jurassic Park. But my big thing about this movie is that it dabbles in genres really well for a movie that, like, it tries a little bit of everything. For a little bit, it's a little bit of a family film. Like, strangely enough, it's not all the time, but little bits of the time, it's a little bit of a family film. And a little bits of a time, it's a full-on thriller. And a little bits of a time, it is just down. It's down, like, balancing these little tones here and there throughout the time. It's primarily those two, if I'm being honest. I'm getting a little hyperbole here. But if you said family film and thriller, you would say there's no fucking way that this movie makes sense. And then you got a little bit of fantasy sci-fi dabbed in the middle because there's dinosaurs and shit. Mm-hmm. And none of it feels bad.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It mentions genres so well, where it is for kids, but it's also like scary as fuck.
Yeah,
the velociraptor scene in the kitchen.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, so amazing! I was tense the entire time, even though I definitely already seen that scene already.
Yeah.
I will also say, like, speaking of that scene in particular, I just found like the kids are just so annoying. Like, I understand the need to have kids in kids movies because you need to give them something to relate to. But goddamn, these kids are so fucking stupid. Like, why would you flash a flashlight at a fucking T-Rex? That doesn't. You should know better. You should know better. Yeah, Danny, why don't you just fucking log into the Call to Action account and just quit being a coward?
That's too much work for him. I got you, Danny. That's at the link. But yeah, dude, this movie is tone perfect.
Did I just hear your wife?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
She's screaming at her cat, probably. Who is probably acting like a velociraptor right now, attacking things. Yeah, this movie is tone perfect. And it is a movie that I don't know any other movie that does that so well. That does 1 to 2 to 3 so drastically different tones perfectly. Like, there isn't. It doesn't miss a beat for me. Whenever it goes in, and it does it. And then it eludes up, and it goes back to its other thing. Danny Kostlake-Loss in the show, everybody.
Hi. Happy holidays.
Happy holiday. Danny, I'm talking about Jurassic Park. Shut up.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Jurassic Park.
Also, God damn if Jeff Goldblum isn't just oozing charisma and sexual energy. Like, how many tickets do you think got sold from women going to watch Jeff Goldblum shirtless in the movie theaters?
How many like sexual awakenings was that? Thing?
Right. You have to think like this had to have been. I'm waiting for the girl. I'm waiting for the girl to own that she was like my sexual awakening. Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park. I've never heard it, but it has to be out there.
Yeah.
93, dude. We didn't have porn on the fucking computers at that time, man. You kidding me? If I'm an adult woman, hell, an adult man, if I'm being honest, porn doesn't exist. I watched Jurassic Park. I see Jeff Goldblum. I'm going back. You know, I gotta download that in my brain slowly but surely. You gotta burn that image in, and it's burned in there. God, Jeff Goldblum.
How many 1994 babies were made because of that scene alone? Like,
probably a lot.
I have to imagine a lot, even though it didn't make sense for him to have his shirt off the entire time.
Not at all.
Why was it unbuttoned? It doesn't make sense, but I appreciate him for it.
Because Jeff, you know what? I guarantee you, Steven Spielberg didn't have that written. Jeff Goldblum just showed up shirtless, like more or less buttoned down one day.
I believe it.
And Steven was like, yeah,
okay.
I don't know. Let's run with it. It's Jeff Goldblum. What are you going to do? This man was a fly.
So Danny, what is your history with Jurassic Park? Have you seen all the movies?
Yes. Like not a lot of the Jurassic World ones, but the original ones.
We're not talking about Jurassic World. I haven't seen them yet.
Okay, the original ones, yes, I've seen all 3.
Yeah. So I don't know if you missed it, but I watched all 3 over the weekend.
You finally watched them.
I finally watched them.
Wow.
So yeah, those are our Jurassic Park 1 thoughts. Unless you guys have any more to add.
It's a perfect movie. It is one of my 2 perfect 10 out of 10 movies.
What did you think? How did you feel about part 1?
I gave it on Letterboxd a 4 out of 5, where I can see that it is amazing and it is like objectively looking at a perfect movie, or as close to a perfect movie as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't vibe with it personally as much. I did vibe with it, just not as much as everyone else did, because I've never been super into dinosaurs. And I feel like I've seen most of this movie in bits and pieces before, so I kind of knew where everything fell.
That's like me with Indiana Jones. Like I've seen so many references to Indiana Jones and like parodies of it, and then when I finally watched it, I was like, eh.
Don't get me started on Indiana Jones.
I don't like it. I was like, I don't really care about this movie.
Well, we're gonna talk about Moon Knight later, and that was pretty much Indiana Jones this episode, so no worries.
Yep.
That'll land. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the curse of about being a movie that's pop culture big, right? Like when you're a movie that's defining culture for a little while. I'm not gonna hold it against the movie for sitting there, me being like, I get it, like I for sure do. When you see parts of the scene, it's like you would have to get like a Zoomer off the streets, right, to like get them to watch Jurassic Park totally blind.
Yeah.
Right, because you couldn't. Anybody in our relative age group has grown up seeing scenes or hearing about or something of Jurassic Park, and because of Jurassic World and all of that, then they kind of get the idea. God, can you imagine there are people out there who have seen Jurassic World maybe 1
Four.
and 2, and haven't seen Jurassic Park the original.
I mean, that was me with Star Wars.
I know.
I saw the prequels before I saw the original movies.
Ooh.
That's hard, but honestly, I can't fault
Because
you
I
for
didn't
it.
like my parents didn't watch any of those movies, so
Yeah.
So
And
the
then when the
first
new ones came
one I
out, you're
saw-
like, fuck yeah, space sabers? What?
Whoa.
Laser swords? Let's
whoa,
go.
this guy has a double-edged laser sword.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Is that Liam Neeson from Taken in the future? Let's go watch this movie.
Schindler's List?
List?
Liam
Yeah.
Nelson? Oh my god!
Yeah, right? Like, dude, look at Jar Jar. That thing looks no. Even as a child,
Yeah.
this thing fucking annoys me. Oh my god, kill this fish. Anyway, so I want to move on to Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah, well, like I said, like Jurassic Park 1 was like I saw all these scenes already. I cannot say the same about Jurassic Park 2. I knew nothing about this movie coming in. And let me tell you, it did help. It did help. But to start off, I had the hardest fucking time finding this movie. You know why? Because I went on HBO Max. I knew that all three were on there.
Uh-huh.
And I looked up Jurassic Park 2.
Not The Lost World.
No Lost World.
Jurassic
Why
Park.
would they call it The Lost World Jurassic Park? Why would you have that subtitle before the action?
Why would you have it be the main title? Be the sub. Listen, Steven Spielberg directed the second one, and I still think that's really strange. That's the only random fun fact I have on that.
It is really strange that he was a director. Like I don't understand it.
Now he goes from Jurassic Park to Jurassic Park 2. It's such a strange thing to me.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, and I will say, I know this is probably blasphemous, but I feel like I'm not a Steven Spielberg fan, because like I didn't love Jurassic Park 1 as much as everyone else did, and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, I do not like that movie. I hate Temple of Doom. I'm just not the Steven Spielberg fan.
E.T. is pretty overrated, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know about that, because I understand. I see flashes of greatness in his movies where I'm like, oh, that's why he's considered the greatest.
Yeah.
Even in this movie, there are like certain scenes where they're cut really well, and I'm like, yeah, I could definitely buy that Spielberg directed this.
Mhm.
So going in, I didn't know. Wait, hold on. Before we get into it, could you remind the audience of what you predicted I would rank these movies as?
So originally, I think I had said it was going to be like, I did it collectively, mind you. So this was with Jurassic World included. Taking out the Jurassic Worlds from it, I think you were going to like it 1, 2, 3, right down the ladder.
1, 2, 3. You would be right. You'd be correct.
I think I said it was going to be Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3, and then Jurassic World 2.
I think it's going to be pretty hard to like a movie less than Jurassic Park 3, but we'll see. We'll see in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, give it time.
Yeah.
So as I was watching this, I did really like it more than I thought I would, because from what I've heard, I've heard that people say that Jurassic Park 3 is garbage. It's the worst one. Jurassic Park 2 is also not good, but it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Then I've heard some conflicting reports of where people say Jurassic Park 2 is the worst one. So I came in with relatively low expectations.
Right, the bar from Jurassic Park to any other Jurassic film in the franchise is so drastically different, right? Like,
It is. But again, another hot take coming in. When I was watching Jurassic Park 2, in the middle of it, I was like, huh, do I like this more than Jurassic Park 1?
I would fucking scream. And I'm like, okay, now here's the thing. I think you're allowed to think that no, that's not true. You're not allowed to think that ever. But I'm willing to concede you can roll that idea around, but if you thought that by the end of the film, I would very much question it.
Well, listen, of course, I don't think it's better than the first one.
No, it's not. Not critically, not objectively. Now, subjectively, if you said, I personally had a lot more fun going in thinking the bar was down here and I excelled up here. Yeah, I mean, sure, the surprise factor can always win you over.
I did have fun with it, but a lot of factors came into it, because I was watching Jurassic Park 1 and I was surprised I didn't love it as much. And I was wondering, am I just am I just having an off day? Am I just like, this is just one of those days where I'm not in the right mood for Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Let's put on Jurassic Park 2 and see and compare.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I really enjoyed it up to a point. And then I was like, this is really good. Let me check the time. There's still an hour left to this movie.
There it is.
It just goes on and on. And what I don't understand why they felt the need to go to San Diego. They could have.
I was gonna ask, like everybody else, did you get to San Diego and you were like, oh no, this movie's going downhill very quickly?
I was like, is this movie still happening? What?
It is. Oh yeah.
And to be fair, it was pretty bad before that as well. Obviously the gymnastic stuff is
That part. Okay, listen. That part aside, though, this movie has a lot of things going for it in hindsight. Because I rewatched it not terribly long ago, and this movie, like, it's better than people remember. But there are some parts that people remember that they're absolutely like, these moments suck.
Terrible. It's half a good movie. It's half a good movie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it really is. I think it is like, it almost feels split right down the middle. Like there's a good half of the movie, and then there is a bad half.
And there's a distinctive part when it's just like, this is a train wreck.
Yeah.
It's just going off the rails, and why is this actually happening right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it has flashes of greatness. Like there's moments in this movie where it could be part of a great movie. It's just bogged down by all the other stuff.
What about the double T-Rex scene where they three-way that dude on the car?
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. Honestly, I admit.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think the following scene too, where they knock the RV over and they're like climbing their way up through it, I think is really well done as well.
Yeah, well, was it that scene where Julianne Moore like falls into the glass and
the glass and it's like cracking and stuff? That cinematography is sick. Like that, I'm like, okay, Spielberg showed up to work today, and here's this part of the movie. And then I guess he was training amateur rookie director unknown, and he said, you got the rest of this, right? And he was like, yeah, boss. And he's like, wait, there's no script. And he's like, yeah, just, wing it. And he's like, wing it? Okay. So we're going to San Diego.
So this is me just talking off the dome. I'm not looking any of this up. But I think that the case with this movie is that Steven Spielberg directed Jurassic Park 1 and Schindler's List in the same year. Then he took like a 4-year break, and then he went back to direct this.
Yep. Nope. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, and you can tell that he had some ring rust. Like,
I'm a little rusty. Let's just make a dinosaur movie again. It can't be that hard, right?
Kids like dinos still.
Yeah, kids love dinosaurs. Do you think that this film was shot in reverse? Like, do you think they filmed the San Diego stuff and then they went out to go do like the Jurassic Park stuff, and then that's why like the first half is actually good because he's like, shit, this part sucks. I need to ring it in.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that the San Diego stuff is a cool concept where you bring in dinosaurs into the real world.
Dinosaurs into the civilized world is not a bad concept. I'm with you.
Yeah, but the execution, this should not have been in this movie.
That T-Rex raising up after eating a dog is
that poor dog
is so fucked. You know what? I want to see the fan edit of the T-Rex raising up, and it's like John Wick looking out the window, loading his gun.
That's the idea. That's John Wick 5.
He finally retires out to the suburbs. John Wick 7. He's
killed every single person.
Everybody else is dead. And he's just, okay, time to retire. Got a new dog, lovely pool. And then he wakes up to a T-Rex eye because the dog squeak. And he's just like, God damn it. And again. And then he just leaves out the window.
Here he goes again.
That's the crossover I never knew I needed. But that happened.
Give me money, Hollywood. Let me do it.
Yeah, pay the man. I think that the movie's biggest offense is what they did with Jeff Goldblum. Because he's still good in it, but he's very toned down. And I understand why they did it, because like you can't make him a main character without.
It's too much, Jeff Goldblum, if you let him run wild, right? Like I get it. Yeah,
it's too much. It's too much, but it's also too little because he's definitely Jeff Goldblum at like 20%.
Yeah,
and I think that speaks volumes to the fact that Jeff Goldblum should be a supporting character. he should not be the main guy. He should not be the lead.
Mm.
And nothing against Jeff Goldblum. That's just not his strength. He doesn't fit in that role. Like Ian Malcolm in this movie and Ian Malcolm in the first one feel like totally different people.
Yeah, he actually objectively maybe one of the best supporting actors ever.
He is.
I think about him in Jurassic Park. I think about him in Thor Ragnarok. I think about him in just any place I can possibly imagine Jeff Goldblum. Hell, inject Jeff Goldblum into a movie at this point as a supporting actor. If you said he was a supporting actor in Coda, fuck it. Yeah, I think it'd be sick.
That's not to say that he can never be a lead actor. Obviously,
No, definitely not. I mean, he's been a lead actor. Like he spent most his main years of rising to stardom.
But it should be a lead actor in the right movie.
Yeah.
And this is not the right movie for that.
I like him better as a supporting actor because I feel like he steals the show instead of the show being dependent on him, right? When he comes in and just rolls into set and just steals the screen time, I like that more than him, like the movie being led by him and being too much, because moderation is everything. And the moderate amount of Jeff Goldblum, I think, is perfect. But you're right. This movie suffers from a lack of Jeff Goldblum despite him being kind of a focal character.
Yeah. I think we can all agree that this is not a great movie. But let's talk about some things that I did like. Okay. Which is, I really like the compies. How they devoured that one guy. And we were teased of that in the beginning of the movie with that little girl. But also, like, just why don't you just stop, drop, and roll?
Right.
You learn that in, like, kindergarten. Stop, drop, and roll.
You think fire, and then you think dinosaurs, and it just the concepts didn't click.
Yeah. And I also really like, shout out to that one guy who got stomped by the T-Rex.
Yeah.
And just kept stomping him. That part was great. I love that part.
How did you feel about the dinosaur hunter?
I think he was underutilized. I think the concept is great about this one man who's hunting the greatest predator in the world.
Yeah. Of all time.
Yeah. Of all time. He's number 2. Yeah, I mean, I like it as a concept. It felt like this movie was doing a lot.
Yeah.
And he didn't really add anything to my enjoyment.
You know what? I want him back in Jurassic World 3, though. I think...
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he doesn't die in that movie.
I don't remember him.
That's fair. Listen, a lot of stuff happens. These dinosaurs go to Jurassic or go to San Diego and knock over a 76 ball off a gas station. I wouldn't blame you for being like, wait, he made it alive. Yeah, he makes it alive.
Yeah.
Dude's a champ. And assuming that actor didn't die or anything like that, I think that's like such a sick character to bring. I think that's like roughly, like that's the concept. I think that they started to build Chris Pratt, thank you. I was going to say Chris Pine, Chris Evans. Who's the other Chris? Yeah,
Chris that people don't like.
I'm thinking of every other Chris. But yeah, in Jurassic World, whenever he's like this velociraptor, like trainer, like dude and things like that, I feel like the concept is almost loosely based off like the hunter guy from 2. Like, let's just make a dude that's badass that like fucks with the dinosaurs. Like,
so I have some bad news for you. He actually passed away in 2011.
No! That's so sad.
We'll do this. You could have had a spin-off.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I would watch a spin-off. A fucking Crocodile Dundee, the fucking dinosaur hunter. I would have watched that. I would watch that today. Greenlight that. God damn it, Hollywood.
He's actually had a really prolific career. He was in one of your favorite movie, your other favorite movie, Inception.
Wow.
Who's he?
He was Maurice Fisher.
Oh, he is Maurice Fisher. Oh shit. Yeah, he's Cillian Murphy's dad.
Yeah. Oh, that's who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because Inception is my number 2 favorite movie, I know exactly what that fucking character is. Mm-hmm. Oh, he is that guy. Man, that's sad. That kills me that he's dead. He died like he lived, hunting dinosaurs, though.
That's true. So, yeah, those are basically my thoughts.
Really quick, though. I do have to chime in on this one part on Jurassic Park 2. Yeah. So, the boat in Jurassic Park 2 ends up crashing into San Diego Pier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what happened?
No.
No.
Can't tell you
right? Right? The boat, like...
There was a severed hand on the wheel.
Yeah. Who the fuck severed that hand, Matt?
I don't know.
Nobody fucking knows. That boat had T-Rexes on it. It never once hints about velociraptors or anything else on that boat except for people and T-Rexes.
Mhm.
And the T-Rexes are very clearly at the bottom of the boat. So, and if T-Rexes had killed those guys, that whole cabin would have been shredded because they would have had to put their big fucking dino heads in there. So how the fuck did those hands get severed in the boat crash?
Was it the baby
No.
T-Rex?
No. The T-Rex, the broken-legged baby T-Rex that's also in the pen with Mom?
Oh, was it? Yeah, I don't remember this movie at all. I can't.
Nobody knows. Dude, that's the funniest. It's never explained. Like, there's not velociraptors. There's not anything else on the boat. And you would have seen, like, them attacking other people or things in San Diego. All there is T-Rexes and nothing else.
I had the junior kids novelization of this book. I wish I could find it. Then I could
Yeah.
tell. Maybe they have the answers in the book.
No, I want to say they don't even answer it in the book either, though, because I remember thinking, like, I deep dived this because it's Jurassic Park and I fucking love this franchise.
No.
And I remember, like, rewatching it, I'm like, why the fuck does this boat crash? Why is there a severed hand? Like, sure, it's like horror and dinosaurs, but nothing on that boat should be killing those people. The dinosaurs are still in the thing. They still have to have the guy wiggle the thing out for the dinosaur to come out in the first place. Nobody ever says anything about this in the second movie.
Yeah.
They probably just like we don't. No one's gonna pay attention to this movie anymore.
So Steven Spielberg said, yeah, the dinosaur boat lands in San Diego. How does it crash? How does it crash, Steven? I don't know. Let's say the guy's hand is just there. We'll figure it out later. Steven, the movie is finished. We need to figure this out. Blenders. I don't know.
Blender.
It's here's my fan theory. It's idle hand. It's stuck onto the boat, and then just and it's playing decoy, right?
That would make sense. Yeah.
That's a 90s movie reference with Jessica Alba looking fire as hell because she always is. But idle hand. Don't go watch it. It's mostly a pretty bad movie. Anyway, Jurassic Park 3.
Alan.
Okay. So Jurassic Park 3, I was under no illusions that I liked it more than the first, or even the second.
Not at any point in this movie where you're like, this is going to be better than 3.
No.
Or it's going to be better than 1, rather.
Yeah, I mean, what was the point of this movie? I don't understand. I don't remember what happened in this movie. I truly don't. So
I can tell you every bit of it.
Alan Grant goes with some people to find their son.
Yeah.
And that's the whole premise.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Alan! Yeah, Danny knows. The
That's
fucking
all it
velociraptor.
is. That's all it is. It's become a joke of a movie.
Alan.
I remember I had more thoughts on this movie. I just don't remember any of it.
Okay, so I'll guide you through it, right? The
Yeah,
beginning of the movie effectively starts with the kid and like his stepdad doing like the parasailing. And they're like, what's that? I don't know. That's like the dad like in the recording. And he's like, oh wait, whoa. And anyway, so then like
I remember that part.
The dad and mom, whose names I'm forgetting right now. I
It
know
was,
that
Tay Leone and Willie Mason.
Tay Leone, and yeah, that's his face. But the characters' names are what's getting me.
I don't remember character names.
This is one of the few movies I actually usually do remember it. I need to Kirby. Thank you. Yeah, William H. Macy is it's the Kirbys, right? So
Sure.
Okay.
yeah, Kirby because it's like Kirby Plumbing Plus is like their like big thing. They say that throughout. the movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So they land on, and then there's that like the plane is getting dinosaured.
Ooh.
Which
Yeah.
I actually think that the Spinosaurus attacking the plane scene not so bad.
Oh yeah, no, that was good. I think that was a good scene. I don't remember. I'm trying to because I'm remembering bits and pieces, but then I'm like, wait, that was in the second movie. Like the dinosaur with the skull head who tackles that guy through the car. That was in part 2.
That was part 2.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, the pterodactyls. That's what this.
The
movie
pterodactyls are in 3 though, and the pterodactyls. Here's what I hate about Jurassic Park 3, is that it is the fucking gear shifting in this. It takes turns being kind of a good movie. followed by taking turns on being a really shitty movie. Like it's very clunky. You're like, ugh. It's like learning a stick shift for the first time. That's how I feel, because there are moments in this movie that are pretty good.
I can't remember anything about it.
I think it's hard to fuck up a Jurassic Park movie and not have any parts in it that are good.
Mm.
Like I think with dinosaurs, you kind of have to have something that's good about it. Yeah. I mean, I really like the pterodactyl scene. I am struggling to tell you anything else about this movie. I remember the kid throwing like smoke grenades and rescuing Alan Grant, and that is about it for me.
He gets the P.
Oh, I remember now. Okay, so Vince Vaughn was in this movie.
That was in 2.
Was it 2? What happened to Vince Vaughn's character? Did he die?
No, he makes it out.
Okay.
So whenever they get off the island, that's the last that you see in Vince Vaughn. Like Vince Vaughn's out after that.
Oh my god, he wasn't 2.
I like the effort though,
dude.
I like the effort. Yeah. So the raptors talking to each other is set up in 3. That's really dumb.
Oh, I remember that. Okay, raptors talking to each other.
Raptors are at
That's why they had the dream scene of his nightmare scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The raptors are definitely at their worst in this movie, although they do have one of the gnarliest scenes wherever they get Udetsky and they use him as bait, and you see them like jab it into his spine and they snap his head.
Yeah. Okay. So that part was good. But that was also a part. So one thing that's good about this movie is there are no dumbass kids to fuck everything up.
Now, the one kid that's there is way smarter than any of the people, like any of the adults in the movie.
But his mom is so fucking stupid. Like, clearly, this is a trap. Why are you using a megahorn? What's it called? Microphone?
Yeah.
Why are you using that? You're on an island with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
None of the things the characters do in this movie make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the pterodactyls are cool, which is the best I can say.
Pterodactyls are sick. Okay, so here's a scene that I think is cinematically good, but like kind of a dumb scene. When they're out at the cage and they finally meet back up again, and they're on either side of the cage, and you hear the fucking phone going off, and they look, and you see the Spinosaurus just looking at them, and every music and everything goes right down. And it's like, it's kind of a sweet scene, but it's also kind of a dumb scene because the Spinosaurus would just be chasing after them and trying to eat them.
Yeah. So the whole time you were saying Spinosaurus,
yeah,
I was thinking of a different dinosaur.
No, the T-Rex killer.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, you're there now.
I know now. I thought you were talking about like the armored one with the shell and the tail with the spikes. I don't know if that one was in this movie or not.
That's a Stegosaurus.
No, not the Stegosaurus. Not the Stegosaurus. I know what a Stegosaurus is. It's the. Hang on, I'm pulling. This the Ankylosaurus.
Oh, the Ankylosaurus. Okay, no, I'm with you. Be right back.
Oh, okay. So the Spinosaurus part was really good. I actually really like that one. I think I'm surprised it took them this long to introduce that particular dinosaur and also the pterodactyls into the franchise. And what a waste to have them in this movie.
The pterodactyls.
What was that, Danny?
The pterodactyls is a waste. Rather than that.
Pterodactyls were a waste. Like I think that pterodactyls are even more terrifying than a T-Rex because they can fly and shit. And they're like, Stardew, what's up, my man? Says, hey, Danny and Nat. Dylan's here too, but he's disappeared. Left me to talk about Jurassic Park 3. But yeah, I mean, you don't remember anything about this movie, do you, Danny?
I haven't watched this movie in like 20 years, but yes.
I haven't watched this movie since Sunday. But yeah, so to start, we're talking about the Jurassic Park movies, the first 3. I've seen them for the first time ever in my life. And
first time ever. Welcome, Stardew. Jurassic Park 3 is horror-ish, just meh. Yeah. Jurassic Park 3, I think Jurassic Park 3 has some of the, like, I don't know. I don't know if the Velociraptor scene or the T-Rex double teaming scene is like the darkest moments in the Jurassic Park franchise.
Yeah. This movie is pretty dark. Like it was noticeably darker than the other ones. Not just in tone, but like in like visuals.
Right. Which is really funny too, because Well, the pterodactyl attacking scene's pretty brutal too, but they don't actually kill him.
They don't kill him. Why did they keep him alive? I don't understand. Just kill him off. It was the end of the movie.
Yeah, you're already at that point in the movie. Just kill him. Little Horror Adventure Death Trap. Yeah, I would say Little Horror Adventure Death Trap. Kids Roller Coaster, because at times this movie is really cornily bad. Like this is the first movie. This is the first one that I honestly feels campy.
Yes. I would say there's elements of it in the second one.
There's elements in the second one for sure. Okay, San Francisco is pretty campy, but this one throughout feels like, I'll put it this way. I don't think you would really meme Jurassic Park 1. I don't really think you meme Jurassic Park 2, although if you wanted to work really hard, you probably could. Jurassic Park 3 is fucking memeable. The Alan and with the like fucking Velociraptor.
Exactly.
And just moments like that just make it really hard to take the movie too seriously. And I think that's its biggest problem, is that it doesn't stick the tone that makes the Jurassic Park series typically so good.
I can't believe Vince Vaughn was in the second one.
Yeah, you're like, I remember Vince Vaughn in this one. I'm like, nobody.
Vince Vaughn was the best part of part 3. Wait, he was never in the movie.
No, so yeah, those are my thoughts on the Jurassic Park movies. I would go 1, 2, 3. I think a lot of people would. I'm excited to see where the world movies land.
Whew, they're something.
They're a thing.
I honestly, I don't hate Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. A lot of people give Jurassic
World
gets a lot of shit.
Jurassic World is in the same vein as like Force Awakens, where
no, it's exactly what I said.
It's just
oh my god, this is the exact same conversation we had with someone. When he said the exact same thing that you just said, Danny. Right.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. No, I mean, and they're dead right. Like it is let's do kind of beat for beat, really similar stuff to the first one, a little bit different with a lot bigger CG budget and a different kind of tone. That we're clearly playing with nostalgia of a working project rather than trying to build a new series.
Yeah. For the people, for the 3 people in the chat, I just teased who's going to be on the next No Chill episode, by accident. So,
whoops.
Yeah, whoops.
Well, that's kind of stuff you
World
can
Dominion. I think Dominion might be good though. I saw the trailer looks all right.
Yeah, no, Jurassic World 3 looks pretty kind of good actually.
It's what I want the dinosaurs to just be.
Yeah,
living loose.
I want
not like San Diego loose.
Yeah, I'm tired of pretending that we're not in their world. We're in their world now, motherfuckers.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, do we want to tease No Show a little bit for our diehards out here?
I think just maybe a tip. Not the whole thing.
I mean, we don't got a clip.
Just a little tip, I said.
We don't got anything like that, but No Chill's back.
Yee.
Yeah, I gotta ask Jake for the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, we need the thumbnail still. Yeah. Also, we need to. While I'm thinking about it, Nat, can you go into that one Twitter chat we have and go?
So here's the thing, I cannot film next week.
That's fine.
At all. So it would have to be the week after.
That's fine. Just I think it's getting them planned ahead is probably a little better.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. On Sundays, No Chill. Nobody ever said that, Star Drew. Don't you dare lie to us like that. Don't you put words into our mouth. No, I don't know when we're gonna put it up. It's gonna come soon. We need to get the thumbnail for it, and once we get the thumbnail, we'll probably upload it. Ideally, it'd be like this weekend, Friday, Saturday, something in that ballpark.
Yeah, I'm not waiting for the thumbnail. That's why it's delayed. But I'm just trying to figure out when is the best optimal time.
I feel like Friday, kind of before the Friday Night Titans drops, I think would be kind of perfect.
Before, so that would be when does Titans drop?
Dude, I don't know. I just look on
4 p.m. I think it's 4 p.m. Pacific.
4 PST.
So 7.
No, 6. 6 real time Central, 7 Eastern. If you're a dirty New Jersey degenerate.
The cool time. Yes.
Okay, let's not get carried away. You can talk shit about New Jersey, but don't talk shit about Eastern time.
Thanks, Nat.
Yeah, don't kick me. I still hate New Jersey.
Okay.
No Chill. Is this with the PR? Is it with the PR firm?
Oh my gosh, we did have that idea.
We did have that idea. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, William Harold.
I asked Sarah if she wants to come on No Chill.
Harold, So, fun fact about this No Chill episode. We were, I don't know, I guess if we were informed or were we informed them, I'd have to have Nat confirm that it wouldn't be longer than 20 minutes. Naturally, we filmed it for 20 minutes and 12 seconds just to be assholes.
19 seconds. It was 2019.
2019, damn it, yeah.
And a lot of that was before we actually brought them on a screen.
Yeah.
It was just me and Dylan talking.
This is simultaneously the longest No Chill episode we have, which is not synonymous with saying this is the hardest we've gone, but it is also a No Chill episode with mine and Nat bantering the most before the episode actually starts. Because we got to give you all the reasons why where's No Chill been? Everybody's been asking.
Because everyone knows you're watching for us. You're not watching for the guest.
You're not watching. You're watching it for you know who you're watching it for.
Yeah. But anyway, that's been our Jurassic talk and our No Chill talk.
Yeah.
You're gonna get No Chill soon. Don't you worry.
Don't you worry.
But let's move on to our next topic. Let's talk about Netflix, because there's a Forbes article that Netflix is losing subscribers because other streaming services are putting out better content for a cheaper price. And I want to know your thoughts. Like, do you think Netflix is going to be a thing in the past, and they're losing the streaming war?
I think they're losing the streaming war, but I don't think that they've shot themselves in the foot as bad as like the stock prices, are showing right now.
So I actually had stock in Netflix, but then it was like a year ago where I had to sell it because I was running low on money, so I needed the cash, and I'm so glad I did. It was so great. I don't have any Netflix stock anymore.
Yeah. I just have subscribed to Netflix, says Star Trek.
Okay.
But
That's
here's my thing about Netflix, right? What's the show that you're watching Netflix for right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now I'm watching Community. Rewatching Community, I should say. And what am I watching?
Is any of the current new material?
Are you watching? Did you watch the show that the action guys got shouted out?
The Ultimatum?
Ultimatum?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I
had no idea. I don't know who that was, but then they showed that video on the action guys. And I was like, oh.
Cool. That was April. You don't know
Yeah,
April? Come on.
I don't know that April. I don't know that April. Sorry.
So here's my thing about Netflix, right? Other than The Witcher, which last season was pretty okay. Not great, not good, just okay. And other than the anticipated project Sandman, which we were just talking about fairly recently with our No Chill guest, I'm not watching Netflix for any new content. All of the content I go to watch on Netflix is old content. If it was on any other library, I wouldn't have Netflix.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I use Netflix a lot to rewatch stuff, and that's becoming harder to do because they took The Office off. So now it's on Peacock, and Peacock's interface sucks, so I can't watch The Office as much. I'm watching Community. I'm rewatching Community. So let me show you what is currently in my watch queue on Netflix.
I will say I did start watching Two Out the Handle, so I guess that is on Netflix.
I do mostly use Netflix to watch trashy reality shows.
Yeah.
So there you go. This is my watch list. So I'm watching Community. I'm rewatching Breaking Bad. I'm watching this food competition show, Final Table. I dabble in Trivia Quest just a little bit.
Okay.
And I still gotta keep watching Schitt's Creek.
Sure.
So those are the things I'm watching.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I don't think Netflix has a bad catalog, but if you told me like, am I hanging in because of the new properties they're putting out? I'm like, not really, man. Like, Witcher comes out like once a year, ish, right now.
Wasn't it longer between the two seasons?
No, last season came out on the tail end of last year.
Oh, okay. Well, I still haven't seen Witcher
because it kind of lines up right around the same time Mandalorian and those series is lined up. But so one show a year, I could download that if I'm being totally honest. So
they do put out like some talked about shows throughout the years. Like they had Squid Game, which everyone talked about.
Okay, they did have Squid Game.
I still haven't finished Squid Game.
Oh, yeah, Squid Game. That's really good. Stranger Things is coming out season 4.
I still haven't seen season 3. I dropped off.
I'm excited for that one.
Season 3 is so good.
I know.
Season 3 bounced back from what season 2 lacked.
I blame Hannah. I don't know why. We just never got around to watching it. She was like, I love Stranger Things. We loved the first 2 seasons, and we just stopped watching whenever 3 came out.
Sergio says, I would like to watch Lucifer and catch up on Superwoman and The Flash. First of all, I didn't know Superwoman was a show. And second of all, are you still watching The Flash? Because, like, that's a commitment, dude.
Yeah. I only know The Flash anymore after the meme where it's like, do you trust me? And he's like, with every cell in my fiber, every cell in my body or whatever, every fiber of my being. But anyway, Danny, with Netflix bumping up the prices, trying to crack down on password sharing and all of that, are you about it? Or are you like, fuck it, we could go?
I don't know. I don't even watch. I would say 80% of that content. I still haven't watched half the movies. So far, I'm only watching Demon Slayer. I'm watching only anime stuff, but I could watch them on Hulu.
Yeah, you can watch them on Hulu. Hell, you should watch them on Netflix or not Netflix, Crunchyroll. If you wanted to.
Crunchyroll, and I just watched Human Resources, which is like the spinoff.
Oh, how is that? Because I'm like 3 episodes in.
I'm on episode 3.
Okay, so we're in the same.
So we're in the same place.
Yeah, I started that and I never. Oh, no, I'm thinking of a different show. Never mind. I haven't seen Human Resources, but I'm going to because Big Mouth is also a really good show.
I didn't even know Big Mouth had a spin-off show, and then I just saw it by accident.
Yeah, I see it on the queue all the time. I just haven't got a chance to see it. But I was thinking of a different show entirely. I was thinking of that show where she works for the government. No, not for the government. Like conspiracy theories and shit. I don't remember what it's called, but it's also adult animated. Yeah, I mean Netflix has enough reasons to keep me subscribed.
Yeah.
But I feel like
what's everyone's favorite current streaming?
Honestly, I gotta say Apple TV.
I use Disney Plus more than anything just because of the Marvel shows and the Star Wars shows and things like that. But HBO Max is probably here's my order, right? And I'll tell you here's my order. And this will show exactly why I'm so lukewarm about Netflix. Considering all the extra bells and whistles they're trying to make you like pay for and stuff, right? Disney Plus, HBO Max is probably right afterwards because that catalog is sick. And it's not very fat too. I feel like I don't have to work too hard to find something I want to see on HBO Max. Netflix feels like sometimes I have to click a couple times to find something I would want to actually watch. Another point against that. And then the next one, Netflix, HBO Max. I'm not gonna count Crunchyroll.
Prime, Amazon Prime.
No, that's probably down in the dumpsters. But I do watch a surprising amount of movies for my movie club podcast for Prime. For some reason, Prime always has these weird niche movies that don't exist anywhere else. So you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's say Prime. I'll put Prime over Netflix if I'm making and then it probably goes Netflix and Hulu. But Netflix and Hulu could almost be interchangeable at times. HBO Max is my favorite interface. I 100% agree. Their interface is good.
I remember it used to be bad. But
it did.
It's done a lot better now.
On Amazon Fire Stick, though, it's pretty sick.
I still think Netflix has the best interface. Just because
I'll give you that. Like, as I'm scrolling through it, it has its categories laid out. I'm already looking at V for Vendetta. I'm already looking at Inception. It knows, look, it's trying to win me over. I'm literally scrolling through Netflix right now.
All your favorite movies.
Hey, bro, look at all your favorite movies that we have. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure both of those movies are also on HBO Max. So
I would go so HBO Max and Apple TV are very close to me. Like I feel like Apple TV is so underrated, and people we got to start talking about we got to start talking about Apple TV because like every single show I've seen on Apple TV is a banger. I saw Ted Lasso, amazing show.
I've seen that one.
Mythic Quest show not enough people talk about. It's so funny and it has a lot of heart. And then I watched The After Party.
That's the one I forgot the name. Okay, After Party.
Yeah.
What's Severance?
I was getting to that, Danny. Just
that's called.
I was setting up, Nat.
There's Coda. Coda just won an Oscar. Apple TV. And then, Danny, Severance. Which
is that a movie or a show?
It's a show.
Okay.
So let me pitch on Severance, right? I haven't watched it all the way yet, but I'm like on episode 4. It's basically about Adam Scott plays the lead character, and it's about a work environment where they separate your work life and your personal life. So as soon as you get up the elevator to work, there's like something in your brain, an implant or something, that makes you forget the outside world, and you exist only in work.
Oh, I've seen the trailer in this one.
Yeah. So at first it sounds good because like your actual self doesn't have to work or anything. You just like wake up and you're done with work. But like these people, their work personas, their work selves are just trapped in work. They never see sunlight. They never sleep. They're just constantly working. That is an interesting concept. The way they tell that story is so good. They just absolutely nail it. And that's why I think Apple TV is the best streaming service. I really do. I think HBO Max has a better catalog, which given time, I think Apple TV might surpass it. But as of right now, they're the two are neck and neck. And then after that, I would go Disney Plus for the Marvel stuff. And then I would go Netflix. Like Netflix is number 4 to me right now. And then under that, I would have it's interchangeable between Amazon Prime, Hulu, Paramount, and Peacock, which I only watch Peacock for The Office, and I only watch Paramount for reality shows. So, that's my list. I think that Netflix seriously has to step it up if they want to be competitive.
I think it's less about stepping up. I think they need to tune. Honestly, I'd be fine with Netflix if they tuned it down. They need to tune down that price. That price is obnoxious. They went ahead and raised it for no good fucking reason.
Yeah.
And then trying to go for the password sharing, I'm like, bro, you're fucking with your bread and butter right now. Like, you think we ain't sharing that pass? It is a meme that we only know one person who actually owns and pays for Netflix, and we all use it. And you took that personally, and you trying to charge us, and then we're like, we will just kill you. We'll do it. Zoomers and millennials, we'll fucking stop watching and paying for it.
It's that meme where we're gonna lock in hands. It's the one thing the Zoomers and the millennials will agree upon.
That's true. If there's anything that Zoomers and millennials love doing, it's fucking killing businesses.
Listen, I agree on Zoomers on a lot of things. I don't know about y'all, but Zoomers have the right idea on a lot of things.
Some things, I don't know. Some things.
Mm-hmm.
Some things they get wrong. Some things they get right, though. I'm not saying that they're not bad, but they're young. You need to fuck some shit up. But anyway.
Fuck some shit up. Anyway, that's been our Netflix talk and our opinions. Next up, we have, what is next?
Moon Knight.
Our Thor Love and Thunder trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, just Marvel in general. Marvel block.
Yeah, Marvel block. So Thor Love and Thunder trailer. What are your thoughts?
Danny.
I liked it. That's awesome. I love Thor. Thor Ragnarok was one of my favorite Marvel MCU movies. So,
oh my God.
And again, I haven't read any of those. You guys have read the comics, so I haven't read those.
I literally just ordered the comic to come in on Friday. I'm gonna reread it this weekend.
I remember a little bit when Jane became Thor. A little bit of that, but I haven't actually went and read the whole.
Well, that's the Mighty Thor. That's not the Jason Aaron run that me and Dylan love.
Yeah.
It's not about the.
Well, they're mixing the Lady Thor steam storyline into this movie, right? But yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I knew that I'm not like the people who are surprised when she became Thor. Like, I know, I didn't see a lot of backlash, but apparently there's a lot of backlash with people not liking her being Thor. But I knew that was part of the Thor series for a while. Yeah. I knew about that.
August really.
But it looks so. I like the beginning montage when he's like a little kid and then he's running to the classic Thor.
I love that. That's actually it's Chris Hemsworth's kid too.
It's his little son, right?
It's his actual son.
It's his actual son. Starju says, "I'm going. I won't see the trailer." Starju, just mute us, and then we'll come back with some Moon Knight. I'll take the banner off, and then you'll.
Yeah, we'll put up Moon Knight if you want to tag back in with it also. Yeah. I think there's a lot of wiggle room for it to be really funny about that though, about Jane Foster being a Thor in this movie, because it's like very clearly Jane Foster in real life. Like, it'd be hard to not tell. But I hope that they play it that like Thor is so fucking stupid that he doesn't recognize Jane underneath there, and he's like, "Who the hell is that?" Like, she talks and is like not even distracted. Like, I hope they like. I think Taika probably. I hope that that's like the angle with it, right? Like, he's just like, I don't know who that is. And they're like, really? That's clearly like, and then they're like, no, like don't. And they just never let him tell him. Yeah, but Natalie Portman's arms are fucking jacked, dude. Like she worked for this role. Portman puts it in this one.
I think part of the reason why she took this role is to have an excuse to get jacked. Because I know she said she took the V for Vendetta role as an excuse to shave her head.
Mm.
So I wouldn't be surprised. Like, oh, I gotta get jacked. Let's do Thor: Love and Thunder.
Let's do Love and Thunder. Let's fuck it up. Let's go be Thor. Yeah. No, I think it's sick. There's so much I cannot wait to see. That Nat cannot wait to see.
They didn't reveal the villain, which is cool. But I know about him, but I haven't read anything.
Yeah.
But it's comic origin, so I don't know how bad he is, but he sounds really cool.
I think this is just a great teaser trailer overall.
You're not one of Danny. You're not one of these schmucks who like I refuse to read comics. I know you're a comic book reader. You've read The Walking Dead. You've read Why the Last Man. You've read a bunch of stuff. You owe it to yourself to read this 25 issue run of Thor. What's it called? Thor the God Butcher? No. What's the series called?
Thor Lord of No. I just
Lord of Thunder. God of Thunder. God of Thunder. Yes. This is one of my favorite series. I can't remember the name.
You can tell this is one of our favorite arcs as we struggle. Yeah. Thor, God of Thunder. Yeah.
It's so good. Like I am so excited for this movie because I think Gore has the potential to be the best, or at least top 3 villains in the MCU. And that is saying a lot because my top 3 is stacked. Mm-hmm. My top 5 is stacked. My top 10 is probably stacked.
Yeah.
I really like that they didn't show him at all. I'm of 2 minds on it because I do really want to see him, but also it's so close that I don't mind not seeing him right now.
Right.
But I think it's interesting that they want like a happy vibe with the trailer. Like this is the shit that happens before shit goes down. Before Gore starts coming in and butchering people.
Yeah.
So that is super.
So the Olympus scene is basic. Do you think that's like before?
I think
he's gonna come. He's gonna show up at that part.
I think Gore comes in and he kills the Olympians, except for
everybody,
except for Hercules.
Hercules is in it.
Maybe they haven't confirmed it, but
I mean, he's in the comic movie.
He's not in the comic. Like no, they don't grab his way for that. But I think Taika probably requested it, or Marvel requested that they bring in like those kind of characters into this.
But the Olympians aren't in the comics either. I don't think.
No, the Olympians aren't in that arc.
I heard a rumor that the reason why they don't have God is they're teasing him. I heard rumors that they might be teasing him in Moon Knight.
In Moon Knight?
Because that's why they're introducing the Egyptian gods.
Oh.
And that's where some of the missing gods are going to be. That's why some of they didn't have all 9 gods in that.
They do. You know what? If you told me at the end of Moon Knight, it's secretly a teaser for Thor: Love and Thunder, and Gore is murdering them, and we're all like, who the fuck is this? Then you mean Zeus? Yeah, Zeus is in the trailer, but no, we mean Hercules as a character. There's a Marvel character, Hercules, in case if you don't know, and he's fantastic. But he's effectively Thor's id. Like he's just all impulse and drinking and debauchery and all of that, with all the super strength and all of that.
But PLD's favorite comic book character.
Of course, that'd be PLD's favorite character.
Right. But Zeus is Russell Crowe or whatever, the one that's in the trailer for a brief minute.
So you think Russell Crowe is just gonna show up and die?
I think he's gonna have a moment where he's like big, huge personality, and then they'll shoot Thor away, and then he's gonna be like, it'll be like Grandmaster at the beginning, and then like in the tail end, it's gonna be like he's done. Like,
I think they kill him off pretty early on.
Yeah, I don't think he lasts that long. I think that he gets his one moment, and maybe 15 minutes later, he gets killed.
I think casual fans are going to be like, "Oh my god, that's Russell Crowe. That's Zeus." And head chopped off, or there's some other violent way of killing a god.
Yeah,
I can't wait for this movie.
So you guys want to hear another theory?
Yeah,
another potential spoiler theory on all Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
The reason Gore and Jane Foster as Thor start kicking into this film is that I see you yelling my name, Danny Koss. Director
Sure.
Alan Smithy in the house. Everybody.
I was
knows.
waiting for you.
But the theory is that Thor and like Selvig are like putting back together Thor's hammer because it got like smashed to bits when Hela like crushed it. Remember?
Yeah.
And they're putting it back together. And then as soon as it comes back together, like Thor or Gore, rather goes to go get the hammer. Like he feels like be put back together. And then like he's like murdering Selvig or something like that. So then Jane just grabs the first thing next to her and tries to like fend them off, and then immediately becomes Thor. And then at that point, she's just running from Gore because he's like, "Holy shit, that guy looks very fucking mean. I'm out." And she bolts, and then that's when they bump into Thor and his little life journey adventure that he's on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can buy. That feels like a believable intro. I don't know if it's going to be the case, but you do have to sit there and say, how the fuck does that hammer get put back together? And that makes as much sense as anything else.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a good theory. Sergio says, I want Beta Ray Bill, which I would also love.
Yes, give me Beta Ray fucking Bill. But he doesn't need to be in this movie. No, I think he does. I think they've teased him enough at this point that it's just put him in. Because I feel like this is going to be such a definitive movie in the Thorverse. It could be, hell, it could arguably be the last Thor movie. I don't think it will be. At this point, it'd be weird to not let Taika almost do like a trilogy in the Thorverse, right? But Gore really is the definitive villain that they have left, aside from doing like an old man Thor arc.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with this. I do kind of wish that they had Guardians 3 before this, because I would have loved to see Thor with the Guardians.
Yeah.
But from the trailer, I think that they're gonna separate pretty early on. So
I think it's fair because these movies are very close to release. So having that same crew in both of these movies so much would feel like they're the same movie twice almost.
Yeah, that's fair. Taika Waititi is one of the best directors. Can't wait for more Thor. I completely agree.
100% agree with you. Taika is slowly but very surely working his way up my favorite director list. Mm-hmm. Could use 3 hammers, all worth time loop. Yeah, like the time loop and rolls and all that could get so wild and crazy. But really, like, my love-hate relationship with Thor the Dark World is that they played Malekith out, like the dark elf that you don't remember, as like the main villain. And Malekith in the comics is actually pretty fucking dope. Like he's kind of like the Joker to Thor in a lot of ways. Yeah. And like his
shame.
And he gets fucking ruined in the Dark World. So I
forgettable.
Yeah, like most people are like, "Fuck, we had that character already." I kind of want just Taika Waititi to put Malekith back in it, and they're like, just see if anybody else ever pays attention. They were like, "Wait, wasn't he the main villain of?"
Are they gonna have like variants?
Yeah, like they just do like a variant.
We're gonna get. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Loki variant. I'm sure.
Yeah, I really have been so locked into Gore in this movie. I really haven't thought about Loki in this movie.
I don't think.
I actually don't think we get Loki in this movie.
Yeah, I don't think Loki would fit in this movie.
No, I think we maybe get him a post-credit scene. Like maybe we start. Like I can see where like we get like a Loki season 2 almost pseudo trailer as a post-credit scene in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Let's get Crocodile Loki.
If he actually had Crocodile Thor or Crocodile Loki attack Thor, that would be fun.
And Thor Frog.
Yeah.
Throg.
Dark Elf is okay and other stuff other than the movie. Yeah, like.
Listen, speaking of post-credit scenes, we had that bet earlier that Deadpool would not be in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I'm still holding to that.
It's coming up, so we're gonna see. I just want to remind you that you're a non-believer.
I am a non-believer. I don't think it's fucking happening. I think you are insane.
It's happening. Post-credits.
No, Loki, already Kelsey's least favorite Thor movie. I know, right? Tell me about it. She ain't gonna watch this.
How many times has she seen Thor: The Dark World? It's unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Why would you choose to rewatch that?
And honestly, literally, Kelsey would be one of like 5 people I think would be like, if they announced Malekith as like the next Thor movie villain, she'd be like, they did that already. Like she would know immediately. And that's like one of 4 other people I think would know that off the bat. Owen Wilson is in movie. Owen Wilson I could see being in the post-credit scene for sure.
Yeah, post-credits, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, I do think that the teaser trailer itself, I think is really good. I think it has it gives a tone very, very well. And something I was telling Nat just the other day that I feel like it teeters the line with just short of being like it gives you kind of like a happy presence, but it does have a sense of like shit's about to go down. Like when you watch this teaser trailer, to me, it feels like, and maybe because I know the source material they're trying to adapt here, it just feels like it's just like, yeah, T-5, 4, like is slowly just ticking in the background, and it's just like shit's about to go fucking nuts.
Starger says I would like Loki and Multiverse Madness as well. I think there's a chance we'll get him, but I feel like that movie's already crowded as it is.
Yeah, that movie's very crowded for what it is right now.
So I don't know. I'm of two minds. I really appreciate the cameos, but you have to have a cohesive story.
Yeah. You don't want to have too much because at a certain point it's just too much fan service, right? Like,
yeah.
But anyway, do we want to wrap up and talk about Moon Knight episode 4?
Yeah, let's wrap up and talk about Moon Knight.
Technically episode 3 as well, but if I'm being honest, I can tell you my thoughts on both of them really quickly.
Episode 3 is good too.
I'm going Thursday, May 5th, opening night. Hell yeah, Drew. I'm stoked for you. I'm going to go as soon as I possibly can. Moonlight, spoiler, that's not right.
God.
La La Land. You were so close, Nat. You were so close. There we go. Moon Knight spoilers. This is episode 3 and 4. I don't really remember what happened in episode 3. Oh, no. They spun the world back.
I still got it wrong. Moon Knight's 2 words.
Yeah, it is.
That was the council.
Yeah, the Council of God. Okay, so that part's pretty sick. I want to talk about that really quick. The Egyptian Council of Gods is pretty fucking cool, right?
That was cool. And also they had that scene where they turned the sky back, and also the tease about Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember he murdered them, and they're like, he's like, "What did you do, Steven?" And he's like, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
So somebody had to.
Mm-hmm. And then they tease it again at the end of episode 4. Yeah. But Nat.
Yeah.
Episode 3. Did you jive with the Egyptian God Council?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I will say that I was very hot in this show, like the first episode and also the second episode. Episode 3, it was like it started to cool down a little bit, where I'm like, I don't know if I enjoy this as much as I want to. Because there are obviously really good things about it, like the performances are amazing, but I feel like the direction of the series had left me feeling like I was wanting more. Like I was very uninterested in what was happening, and I'm of two minds on it because I feel like with this show you either love it or you hate it. And I don't know which way I fall at the end of episode 3. I thought it was very
being of two minds is almost like kind of its point, is it not?
Yeah. it is at that point. But I will say that I really enjoy what they do with the personalities. I really like Oscar Isaac acting with himself, and it feels like two very different characters. Like I feel like they're two different people. And that's amazing because they could not be more polar opposite. The tease of Jake Lockley, I think is so well done. Like he's gonna be in the next episode, or if not, then the finale. Like they're teasing him so hard. Episode 4 is where it kind of like now we're back. We're back.
Yeah.
The first 40 minutes of episode 4, I'm like, okay, this is whatever. But then the last 20 minutes is where, holy shit, I cannot believe they're turning the show into Legion. They're just going balls to the walls, and I love it. Give me the fucking hippo lady. It's so good. And I've never been more excited to watch an episode of Moon Knight than I am next episode, because I don't even know where they're going with this. I have no idea.
Yeah, at this point. So episode 3 introduced some of the cool lore aspects, but overall still left me wanting more. They were like, all right, let's take the Moon Knight aspects out. Let's get the gods all stoned up. I did like the little god council. I think that's like such a cool premise, especially if they do what like the rumors is with Gore comes in and fucking destroys Horus and the gang or something like that. That'd be sick. I actually think it'd be cooler if Yugi Moto from Yu-Gi-Oh came in and started playing card games against these Egyptian gods, because that's my bread and butter lore. But
that would be a twist for sure.
that would be a huge twist. But all like really terrible jokes aside, yeah, I think that I'm still kind of lukewarm on this. Like, there are things that I like, and there are moments that I like. This episode 4 in specific, felt very much like a really lazy Indiana Jones. The beginning I thought was slow, kind of clunky. We get the reveal that's Mark had been in part of killing Layla's dad, and what was me, and she's having a little fit about it. You killed my dad or got him killed.
Okay, that's like my least favorite trope. When you're clearly in danger, you can talk about this some other time.
Woman, we got other things we need to be concerned about. Right, like if your house is on fire, you are not stopping to talk about. Did you fuck my dad or whatever happened? I don't know. I kind of tuned out, but
I understand that he might have been there when your dad was killed.
Yeah,
and honestly, this is my theory that his partner didn't kill the dad. It was actually a different personality.
Yeah, like it ends up being like Jake in there or something. Like,
I don't know if it's Jake. I think it's a separate personality, because I want Jake to be a good guy, but I don't know. Or maybe I don't know. But just fucking have this conversation at a different time. Like, I understand he was there when your dad was murdered, but you're about the fucking Arthur Harrow is about to come up with some guns and shit.
Read the room, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all the survival instincts of a fucking sandwich. This woman, but what was good about this episode? What stuck out to me? The ending's a little fun.
That was more than a little fun. That got me on board.
I really like that you're more lukewarm on this, and Danny's like more vibing with it. I'm somewhere in the middle where I can see both of your perspectives.
Well, Dylan's read these comics, or about Moon Knight.
Yeah, I know about
anything. I don't know nothing about Moon Knight, so I'm watching it completely blind.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was telling me he's like Batman, and other than episode 3 when he did a little bit of like bang through some boomerangs, I was like, oh, okay, there's Batman. But I'm
the one.
The whole time.
I'm the one who told you he was basically Batman.
So that was you, Nat.
Yeah. That was me. But this does deviate a lot from the comics, because in the Batman, Stephen Grant is the Batman persona. He's the posh playboy millionaire. In this show, he's not a millionaire, obviously, and he's more timid. He's more meek. Yeah. So that's where they deviated from the comics. So he's not Batman anymore.
Because in Moon Knight, you can really get Batman or you can get Deadpool out of this character, right? And they're really liking the Deadpool elements more than like the Batman elements of it, which is like the simple way I would describe Moon Knight. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'm just already like, let's get to the point already. That's what I feel like about this series. I feel like from the very intro, I thought Ethan Hawke is good. I thought Oscar Isaac is good. I thought Layla was okay sometimes. And overall, I just keep being like, the CG kind of sucks. The CG with this hippo at the end has been the first like decent looking CG I've seen in a minute.
They blew all their CG budget on the hippo.
On the fucking hippo of all things, right? I do think the live mummification of things was actually pretty cool. Okay, I'll give that to the episode. Whenever it's like implying that this dude's getting mummified on the spot, I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. But it just keeps, it's like a series of moments, and it otherwise kind of not winning me over show. I'll put it this way: if I wasn't such a Marvel shill and a comic book nerd, and I wasn't so invested in this universe, I probably would have stopped watching this already. But because I am all those things, and because I do think that there will be a sweet climax to it all, I'll probably be more on board with it. But currently, this is maybe my least favorite to second least favorite Marvel show so far.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I still want to know how it's just connected to like the overall things.
Well, they mentioned Madripoor, which was the one connection that they did mention, but I really like that they're kind of like keeping it separate for now. Oh yeah, it's 420. You guys banging it up or bonging
it up? You gotta.
I'm doing both. You guys bonging it up or eating some gummies?
Nat's doing both for me because I've gotta stay sober to play video games later.
I also gotta stay sober to play video games.
I just came back from work, so later.
Yeah. So Danny breathes New Jersey air, so that man is never sober.
I think so. Here's my controversial opinion that I said last year as well.
Oh.
I think 420 is for
Overrated.
for people who don't smoke. Like
Mm-hmm.
April Fools is for people who aren't funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, he
People
said
who are
it.
funny don't need an excuse to be funny, and people who smoke don't need an excuse to smoke.
That being said, if you're a real stoner and you're getting fucked up on 420, it's because you forgot it was 420 in the first place, and you're like, oh, it's Wednesday, my dude, and then you just took some gummies. So that's like the true like metaverse explanation on anybody getting really messed up on 420.
Hold on. Alan Smith says we call it worshiping King Pacabolo in college. Huh.
What reference is that to you, Alan? I know that's a reference, but I'm blanking on it right now. Enlighten me as usual on the chat. To see Black Panther and Moon Knight or Ghost Rider, and this would be cool.
Oh, I got some terrible news for you, Star Drew.
But
that's gonna be our show, everybody.
I do like the ending though of episode 4.
No, I love the ending. The ending was so good.
Okay.
Does that
I will
mean-
say the asylum play, and I don't know, something about Layla being crazy in an asylum puts her over for me. What does that say about me? That I'm like, I thought she was I think she's kind of cute for the rest of the time, but her being crazy eating a marshmallow.
Dude, I am completely with you. Like,
oh, right? I'm not crazy.
when he stole his bingo card, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I wanted to send it to Kelsey actually and be like, Kelsey, am I madman? Is it because of my work? Am I like fetishizing the mentally ill or
I think
something?
Kelsey can relate to you because she also has terrible taste in
It's true. Crazy bad is like her bread and butter. So she'd be like, no, fuck me up. I guarantee Kelsey would be like, I wish I was that marshmallow or something like that. Like
I was gonna make a point, but I forgot. Oh, my favorite moment in the entire show so far has been in episode 4 where Steven and Mark hug, and it was just such a great moment because for all their differences, for all their arguments,
they
still only have each other.
Right.
And that's such a great moment. And I felt that like it was earned after 4 episodes. So
okay, I will say that. Yeah, I agree with you entirely on that. Like that hug was finally like, thank God they're on the same page. We're finally working together in this. And it's just like, all right. Yeah, because the dynamic of them fighting against each other up until this point, I think is really one of the big annoyances I've had of the series. Is that I get it. It's like the core conflict in a lot of ways, but I feel like it's been played out so hard in the last 3 plus hours of series at this point that I'm kind of like, let's get the gang together finally.
I mean, you can't really blame him because, like,
I mean, I don't.
He kissed his wife.
He kissed his wife.
Have
you ever been cucked by yourself? Welcome to Moon Knight, right? Like,
welcome to.
I can't believe Disney would promote infidelity like this.
Yeah,
on her husband with himself.
Disney loves cuckoldry. We heard it here first at Twitch Wednesdays, everybody. T-dubs. We're breaking the hot news. Moon Knight is a cuck show. Not shaming cucks, but Disney does approve of it. That's what they meant when they said this was going to be the riskiest show they've ever put on the channel. It's not about being risky or anything like that. They did say shit in passing in this episode.
They said that on episode 1 too.
I know. They're sneaking it in. They're raising the bar a little bit. I see you, Disney.
Oh, but I don't know. So, are they even aware of Jake? Is that why they didn't open up the little tomb?
No, I don't think they are.
I don't think they are. I think they looked at it and they're like, well, I'm here, you're here. I'm not letting out anything else. Like,
I mean, they got other priorities than opening up the tomb.
I'm so mad that they didn't, though. Like, I really wanted that to be the end of the episode where they're like, well, if you're there, we're here. What the fuck's in there?
I think Jake breaks himself out.
Probably.
I just hope it's not like I just hope it's not like it's just a fight club where this is just all him in the mental hospital.
I actually wouldn't hate that. If you told it's not going to be, but if you told me that they decided to make it all Fight Club, like Chinese ending, I actually kind of love that. I won't lie. I'd have a lot of fun with that.
Honestly, I would hate it because when I watched it, that was my fear. I was like, oh my god, is this actually all happening inside?
No, all right, Nat. So let me pitch you this premise. Right, we get this. It starts to go Fight Club. It starts to be mental hospital, and then it starts to turn into what? What's the bad X-Men movie with them in the
there's a lot. I'm not narrowing it down at all. There's Dark
X-Men Apocalypse.
No, where they're in the hospital.
The New Mutants.
Yeah, New Mutants, and then we get what's kind of promised to us in New Mutants, where it's just, oh shit, the people in this asylum are actually like superheroes, or they have superpowers, and it starts to just go that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Mhm.
that would not be something I would want.
I'd watch it, but that's mental health and superhero shit. That's two of my favorite things. Why not mix it up?
Sure.
The Last Stand. I know everybody just listing several fucking X-Men movies that are bad. I know I left that intentionally.
Wolverine Origins.
Wolverine Origins.
Half of the X-Men movies.
Hell, even the Wolverine is pretty meh.
I kind of like the
It's
X-Men.
better, but let's be honest. It's only as good as we give it credit for, is because it's relative to how bad every other movie is, and our bar is so low.
But I feel like you also think it's bad because you're comparing it to the MCU and like all the superhero movies we have today.
I compare it even if I compare it to X2, I feel like it's a.
I think it's better than X2.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think
Pretty much all the way to the third part of it movie was really good.
I don't think X2 holds up, but well, that's a conversation for another time.
I'm gonna rewatch that and see if I feel that way. But
I haven't rewatched it in a year, so I could be way off
I
base.
know we need to have an X2 rewatch on
I don't. But what about the hippo person? Is that supposed to be something with the comics?
I don't want to spoil anything.
What is she? What is it in relation to?
She's
Is
just,
she
I have
just
no idea.
she one of the gods that are like trapped?
I actually won't lie. I don't know about the hippo.
I do read the comics, but I'm not like super well versed in Moon Knight. Like I know of his character. I know aspects. I knew of Jake Lockley, but I don't know anything about a hippo, so I can't help you there.
I think she's just a thick bitch looking good in CG. That's all it needs to be. Damn.
I was just assuming maybe she is one of the trapped gods. Maybe.
Would make sense. I wonder if it turns out to be the Egyptian god that was helping her earlier.
Maybe
her champion, and this the Egyptian god being in there, being like, you need to get out. Yeah, Egyptian god fertility, right? Like,
because it's like rebirth,
right?
Because he got. I saw that a little new rock stars breakdown of that.
Listen, the real question is smash or pass that hippo. Nat, go. Don't think about it.
Smash.
Danny.
Smash.
Hell smash. Yeah, smash that hippo. Anyway, guys, that's our show. That's all we're gonna say, talking about Moon Knight and everything. I hope it gets to the point. I do. I want it to get there, and then me for hypo retroactively start liking all of it.
I mean, there's 2 episodes left. They have to do it eventually.
Mm-hmm. Alan says, I just took a fat rip of the original Gorilla Hybrid Indica Sativa to prove my allegiance to the cannabis community. You're going to sleep good tonight, buddy. I'm jealous of your sleep. That's what I'm jealous about. Thank you, guys. Nat, Danny, Dylan. You know what? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Star Trek.
You know what? We work really hard to entertain 4 to 5 people at a time.
All 4 of you. Thank you so much.
We had double digits earlier. So.
We did. We had double digits for a minute, and then we lost them immediately, which is usually how it goes. Right? Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, you know what? We do this for you. You think this is?
We do it for you, but mostly we just like to hang out.
Okay, that's a lie. We mostly do it for us. We like to hang out with each other, but we do like sharing in that hangout time and spending time with you guys in the process, because it helps the banter. It just makes everything fun. This show becomes more fun the more people watch. That's the whole point of it. That's why we love T-dubs.
T-dubs. Also, just to speak on Moon Knight a little bit more. So I think the ending of Moon Knight is going to tease Werewolf by Night, because they have to tease it at some point. So
I heard that Oscar Isaac hangs dong in this sequel or in the finale.
It's on Disney Plus, Dylan. They're not going to hang dong.
I don't know. I was disappointed to hear that Dumbledore didn't hang dong in Fantastic Beasts 3.
Oh, now I'm never watching this movie.
Oh, you weren't anyway.
I'm going to skip that movie now.
Anyway, guys, that's our show. Hang tight. We're going to go raid...
nobody, because there's nobody on.
No, the Strange Rebel is live. Go raid her. She deserves it.
Give me her username.
I got you. It's the Strange Rebel.
I don't know who that is.
It is the voice actress for Aerith in Final Fantasy.
Oh,
okay.
And she is delightful. So I absolutely say we go raid her. Here you go. So hang tight. Let Bree, the Strange Rebel, over on her channel. No.
Oh, Bree. I remember her. From YouTube.
Brianna White, I think is her name. Let her know.
Oh wait, I know her.
Yeah, she did the Walking Dead walkthrough.
Yeah. Dude,
we're going to be hearing her in about 9 seconds. It's going to be me. There's 2 people. Two people rating.
Yep. All right, guys, hang tight. We'll see you soon. Have a good week. We'll see you here in 2 weeks.
Me and
Keep an eye out for
Sarge.
No Chill. It'll be dropping soon.
Oh yeah, check out No Chill. We're still live on YouTube, so YouTube kids know.
Yeah.
Okay, we're over there, and that is our stream on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I gotta end the broadcast. It takes a second, so hang tight.